ask the third eye, which governs our intuition and our divine gifts, what is hindering us in Earth realm? What energies are overwhelming us at the moment and preventing us from elevating out of that lower vibrational matrix or field? We want to ask the third eye, which governs our intuition and our divine gifts, what is hindering? So I'm hearing trust in self, limited beliefs or limiting beliefs, and not understanding when they are actually using their gifts. So gifts are being activated at the moment, but people are either brushing them off or unaware that they are actually part of the gift that they've activated. And so let's just talk about the activation of gifts. And when I say gifts, the abilities and these gifts that we have within our soul DNA that we have not seen for a very long time because of the suppression of energy. When we're in a lower vibrational state of being, we cannot access these divine abilities within ourselves because they were created in a realm that vibrates at a certain frequency. And so they can't come to life essentially in a lower vibrational field. But when we elevate our personal frequency, this is when that soul DNA starts to activate. And when we hold that frequency for a certain period of time or a number of cycles, we are able to continue to activate and learn and inquire further about this gift. And so it looks like to me that people are activating these gifts because the Earth's frequency is naturally elevating. And so we're all naturally elevating, we're all naturally evolving. But to recognize when these abilities and gifts are being activated and actually be curious about them and look into them further so that we can develop them and know that they are actually something that is unique to your soul purpose and your soul evolution. And these abilities and gifts are there because you've mastered them in a different lifetime. So they never go away from our soul experience. Once we master something, it stays in our DNA because it's assisted our soul evolution. So essentially anything that's assisted others or assisted ourselves initially to evolve will be entwined into our DNA and move with us into every lifetime and experience that we have. But the thing is that we need to be able to match the vibration that it was created in to be able to understand it fully. And we do that by raising our vibration, but also becoming consciously aware of ourself and noticing when these different shifts are occurring and the little things that are activating within us. And so if we start recognizing that, say, for example, okay, I'll talk from experience. If we start noticing that we are able to hear the thoughts of somebody else or resonate with another person and totally understand what their next words are going to be. Perhaps this has been done, but usually with people that you're close with or people that you know and family members and stuff, you've you know, like created that connection. So you just know what the person's thinking or going to say. But then it starts happening with like random people. And you're like, what is this? I'm connecting with all these. This is part of a gift. This is part of something that is part of your purpose, and something that is very natural for you and that you have mastered. And this could evolve into telepathic communication. It could turn into being able to understand the psychology of others or the emotional responses of others. Like, it's there for you to explore. If something starts happening that is a little bit out of the norm, instead of brushing it aside and go, oh, yes, I had that experience. If you, and this is what the guidance is saying, if you stay curious and explore yourself and the things, these new things that are popping up that are a little bit different to what you've experienced before, you can run with that essentially and open up and assist the pathway to understanding what this gift and ability is. And so a lot of people, because we haven't been taught about how these gifts activate energetically, and we haven't been taught about our energetic nature, we are missing the cues, even though we are naturally activating things because of the Earth's vibration and her frequency naturally assisting us to activate and align with our soul purpose and our truth. We're getting given insights into ourselves, but we have to pay attention and stay self-aware. Stay consciously aware of what is happening inside of us, our thoughts, how we feel, our emotions, and our interactions. And notice any subtle changes and things that are a little bit different inside, especially if we're feeling different things. You know, one of the biggest things that I have probably noticed, like when I first activated and started moving and shifting into higher vibrational realities, was the outer world was a lot more vibrant. The plants were more detailed and they looked brighter. I've talked about this before. Things start to synchronize a lot more. So instead of just having random synchronizations, when we become aware of how everything aligns, we start recognizing even the smallest synchronicities. It's not just about seeing, oh, I was looking at yellow cars, or I drive a yellow car and then I see all these yellow cars. If that makes sense. It's about all the little things that we think about, and when we start aligning, they start projecting out into the world and showing up in so many different ways, all the different messages. The animals also start synchronizing. They operate in pairs, and some animals operate in threes, but you will see a lot of them. And also, if random animals cross our path and things like this, if we actually look at the energetic resonance or the spiritual meaning of these animals that randomly pop up, we don't usually see. If you Google that, see if there is any resonance in the message that those animals hold, because that's another way that we receive messages and confirmation that we are on a divine path and we are ascending, and the universe is trying to get us to pay attention. Another way is through music. If you've been thinking about a song or singing a song, and then you turn on the radio and then voila, it's there, the same song that you're singing. More conversations where people will take the words out of your mouth. You were just thinking that, you just had the conversation with somebody about that. Those types of things, these are all signs that your energy is starting to align and that you are moving into your heart and aligning your thoughts and your heart, that crown and that heart center. So being aware, the third eye energies are saying that if we stay aware of these subtle differences, and the more we focus and pay attention on all these things that may seem random, we will notice that there's more and more of these things, and you become aware that there really is no coincidences. This is a totally different game, and it's a fun game too once you start recognizing things for what they are, which is a projection of what is inside of you. And alignment is a beautiful thing. So if you start receiving those synchronized messages and start paying attention to them, I'm sure you'll be able to feel and experience more and more. So stay aware of that. Let me see, what else did they, let's see, what else? Sorry. So also that trust in self has come back as well. So trust in self. When we trust ourselves, our third eye opens up even more. So that trust in your own judgment, your own call, yourself, to make decisions that might not be the same as what everyone else would do. If it doesn't feel right for you, trust that. If you're the only one standing and saying no at the end of the day, because that's what feels right for you, don't be afraid to be the only one standing there. There will more than likely be a divine reason for that. And you might also see that others that weren't able to stand alone, if they see you there, they too will listen to themselves and come and stand with you. That's true leadership. So let's have a look. Yeah, trusting yourself is a big one. Trusting what you're seeing, trusting what you're feeling and experiencing, and trusting those little things that are happening that are not quite normal. Trust that and explore it. Stay curious, because if you stay curious about it, you will start unlimiting your mind. Okay, because there will be evidence in the experience for you to be able to unhook certain programs that have prevented you from seeing things in any other way, any other light. And this is going to assist the expansion of your third eye and the energies that expand from here, and the more you practice it, the more you do those things, the more you will see. And the reward for doing that, for trusting in yourself and staying curious, because you're staying curious and putting your focus on following those breadcrumbs or little things that are being dropped everywhere for you to understand more about yourself, you will receive more information about yourself and the divine gifts and abilities that you actually have. That's how it works. That's how the energetic exchange works. All right.